Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Apothecary Diaries Season 2 episode number 21 reaction. Okay, the previous episode, I think most of the stuff, not most, I think like 99% of the stuff has been revealed and a lot of the questions that I've had has been answered. Turns out Shenmei is actually Lolan, that is Shisui, her mother, like her actual birth mother. And we actually get to know what exactly happened. Like, she was sent to the previous emperor, and then Shisho kind of like had like someone else with him and had a kid called Suide. And she wasn't called Suide. Her actual name was Shisu. We also get to know that is taken by Lolan later. But after that, when Shenmei came back, she threw them out, and not threw them out, but she kind of, I think, used them to infiltrate, and do like the dirty jobs. And yeah, and then Lolan was born. So that's how the whole thing went, and that's why she mistreats Suide. She also mistreats Lolan, but in a, not that much as she does, the other girl. But yeah, and Lolan has just tried to match what her mother always does, trying to keep the conflict to the minimum, and that's how it escalated. And currently, she doesn't like seeing her mother hitting her, like, sister. And yeah, so all these things are happening, and we get a proper, clear cut answer of what's actually going on. Either way, like, those things happen. Mimamo meets her, and she's like, oh, like, Lolan helped Mao Mao to pose as their apothecary so that she doesn't get executed. And Mao Mao's pretty chill now. She's just having fun reading the books and stuff. She loves knowledge, obviously, but she knows, like, time is ticking down, and Shenmei wants the immortality potion. While over there, we have Jinshi finally deciding that it's time to step up. He's not going to, stand back in disguise. He's going to, like, uh, go in the forefront of the army, lead it, and go to their place where they are and stop this rebellion that they're planning and save Mao Mao. So that's what he's planning to do. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Right. Oh, she's all right. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. This previous apothecary seems pretty. Wow. Right. Crazy. Oh, she has the rats. Yeah, but it's still kind of impressive to see how was Sweden able to come back. Like the fact that Lauren came to, I think, cheer her up, and she realized that she's just having fun doing her thing. Damn, how many days are passing? Good God. Oh, it's those kids again. Huh? Hmm. Interesting. Oh, I don't know. Ooh, secret message? Who's who? Who? Who sent this? A kid? I think so. Yeah, it's her. Oh my God. Yes, Saibon. It's a prank, bro. Oh, she got hit again. Yeah. Oh no. He's putting it on him. That's crazy. Right. Yeah, because. Oh my God. Yeah. Why are you here? Oh God. This is. Wait, oh, that's her mother. His mother, sorry. Oh God. This is what Suri was saying that we don't. Oh my God. Oh boy. Well, her mother is just out of it completely. She probably doesn't even understand what's going on. She's so just. Oh my God. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. The one thing that she doesn't want to hear because she wants to become young. Right. Mm. Oh my god, this lady is absolutely insane. Yeah, what the hell? Oh my, what the, what? Okay, yeah, she is crazy. What's that? What is a typo? Yeah, yeah. What the hell is a typo? Like a torture device or something? What? What is that? Oh, well, Mama will be fine. That's why she said that. That's why I was like, why is Lola poisonous? Okay. And okay, Mama will be fine. She's like, yeah, whatever, man. I've done this back in my days. I used to do this every single day. And Lola knew what was, and that's why she particularly recommended this. Wait, she's burning it? What's how is? Oh yeah, the torch. She's eating it. Yep. Well, having my midnight snack. Yeah. Did she eat everything? Oh no, she killed them probably. Wow. Even if she didn't have the hairpin, I feel like she would have done it. Yeah. Well, Surya doesn't know about her. Hmm. Yeah. Well, he's like, I'm out. Oh, there you go. Yeah, she's gonna go there. So this is the other the workshop where they're doing. Yeah. Okay. So Right. So that is it, I'm guessing it's sulfur, right? Because gunpowder means sulfur. Is it? I don't know. Poison all of. Yeah. Right. Oh, Lolan's here. Is that food or something? Oh no. Okay. So she knows what's gonna happen. Yeah. Run. Oh damn. Oh, that's money. Damn. Those are all the gunpowder. Okay. Bro, they took everything. Oh, hey, run! Yeah. Oh my god. So yeah, I was correct. In the previous video, I was saying that Lolan probably is thinking that having Mama here will help them because Jinshi is definitely going to come. She knows that, and he's going to do it quickly. So deep down her heart, she wants her mother's atrocities to end. So she is like wishing for. Oh, it's so weird to see her talk like this in with this face. Yeah, she knew it. That's why she recommended that. Yeah. I think you need to leave here. This is not the place to talk. Um, what? Um, Related to her mother? Yeah, I guess that's the only thing. Oh no, Sweetie. Yeah, she wants to bring Sweetie out. I don't think she has the time for that. Not really. She's just yeah. Yeah. This is probably where yeah she got hit. She said that she used to hit her. Yep. There you go. Oh, that's why. My God, that's crazy. Right. Yeah. Yeah. What? Uh, I need to come back here. What is going on? Oh, so that. Okay, so yeah, what I was talking about previously. All right, so still I'll come back here. Dr. Taiho and her daughter were thrown out of the rare palace. The daughter is my sister's mother. Yeah, so basically that. Okay, because of that one. Ah, right. Yeah. So that episode. Yeah, and that's where um Mama saved her. My father to give birth to Western blood as part of her lineage. Okay, right. Yeah, that's why she has color blindness, which is pretty rare because in females, color blindness is pretty rare. You can be new mother, royal mother used to say. Yeah, probably she's more accustomed to you know that's her original self. Yeah, there you go. Well, circulator. What? That's why she was spitting it out about the abortion. Oh my god. Wait, wait, what? Did she drink poison as well? Yeah, no, but oh my god. Oh god, this. Oh my god. Like I can understand. Like she's like, we will never be led, because they were here. Even if it's women and children, but still, I don't know. Like, how are the kids at fault? I don't understand. Like they were literally brought here against their, like, I don't know. It's probably like, I don't know, like royalty. Like the fact that they were here in itself was probably a, even if it's not their fault, it doesn't matter, I guess. At the end of the day, they would be put down. That's why instead of them suffering like that, Shisui decided to, like take their lives before they experience that. But I don't know. I just cannot fathom the fact that, like, I can understand the people who are directly collaborating with them. But if that's the case, shouldn't Mama also be, under the, like, shouldn't she also be like blamed because she was here? Because, okay, I'll talk about it later. Just a minute. Yeah, so like I was saying, if that is the logic here, that, oh, like, even though the kids literally have nothing to do with this, they were just brought here because their parents were here, and they were just dragged into this whole nonsense themselves. And even if they, even if that's the case and they just don't care, they're going to, like, kill them either way because they were involved in it, even if it's not their fault. Shouldn't the same thing apply with Mao Mao as well? But I doubt anything's going to happen to Mama, because I'm sure, like, Jinshi will stop it. And but then couldn't something similar could have been done for the kids? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, I can understand, like, the people who probably won't be able to survive this are definitely Chenmei herself. Then Shisho, we don't know where the hell Shisho is. So wherever he is, he probably won't be able to get away from this. He would probably be put down. He'll be killed. Lolan as well probably won't be able to survive this. Suire, definitely. Suire will also not be able to survive this. Who else? The girls and the ladies and the people who are involved with Shenmei, who were in her room, they they won't be able to survive this because they will, they directly collaborated with them. But the children, I'm sure, like, couldn't, like, the fact that Jinshi is the one who's, I'm assuming Jinshi is the one who is, like, leading the charge, right? The fact that he's the one, I'm sure he could have done something at least for the children, because, they're not directly involved in any of this. They were brought here because of their parents. They didn't even know what was going on. Just like Mama was, powerless to do anything here. She was, like, literally kidnapped and brought here. So I'm sure Mama would be able to get away from this. Couldn't the kids similarly, like, survive this like that, just like how Mama hopefully survives? Again, I don't know, because they're also the victims, right? I just don't know. Like, yeah, but if that couldn't happen, if that is really something that won't happen, then I guess what Shisui, yeah, Shisui did here was a lot merciful. Instead of, the children literally being brought to the, like, I don't know, execution ground or whatever. I don't know how they're going to take, like, kill them, execute them. However it is, it will be very, very, you know painful and traumatizing for them. So here, like, just together reading, like, storybooks and drinking, like, a little fruit juice, they slowly passed away without even realizing what happened. That is way better than what probably would have, like, happened later on after the rebellion was stopped. But like I said, I don't know. I'm thinking, like, shouldn't only the children be spared because, because they had nothing to do with it? Probably not. I don't know how this works. Like I said, as Lolan said, that it doesn't matter if they're women, children, they'll be taken, like, taken care of. You know what? I guess because I feel like the whole thing, if only they are spared, I feel like for the royalty, they would probably think that, oh, if we spare them, they will harbor grudges for the royalty in the future and they'll grow up to be rebels themselves. There's a possibility. Not everyone might do that, but a lot of people will probably hold grudges against the royalty because their parents got killed. It doesn't matter what their parents did, they were still their parents. They would definitely hold grudges. So I guess that's why. Yeah, it's probably because of that, and I guess that's why Mama will is only the exception here, because Mama is not connected to anyone over here. Nobody. She's really like, she's not connected to anyone here. She has no family here, nothing. Unlike the kids whose families are here. So if the family are killed and the children are spared, yeah, I guess that's what the royal palace would think, that they would be like, oh, if the parents are only like killed and the children are spared, in the future they'll grow up to be have thoughts about the palace, and in the future they might become rebels and might start a rebellion themselves, against us. So something like that, I guess, is the logic behind killing the kids as well, I'm assuming. Unlike Mama, who's just like a completely third party here, who has nothing to do with anyone over here. So even if she's spared, nothing will really happen. Like it's fine. Something like that, I guess. Right. So there you go. Now you can see, like, like Lolan helped the people that she realized that could actually survive this. For example, the people underneath doing the thing, the Fefa thing. She gave them money and she was like, run away. So because obviously nobody really knows them, like, so they won't be tracked down. They won't be like, they won't have. They were just laborers here, so they could survive this whole thing. So Lolan gave them that opportunity to run away. Same with the guard and the other guards as well, I'm assuming, because nobody knows who they are. Like, even if like Jinshi comes here, like, yeah, he wouldn't know anything about these people because they're just there doing their job. So these people can survive the whole thing. That's why Lolan made sure that they get away. The only people that she realized that won't be able to survive this any way possible, that is the kids, the women over there, like anyone related to Shenmei, all of them. She probably decided to, like, do stuff like giving the children poison, that part. She decided to take matters into her own hands, for them at least. Now, I'm not exactly sure what she's going to do about Suide, because she loves her sister so too much. So I feel like she might actually try to some. I think that's why she brought Mao Mao over here. Like, not only this, I feel like from the very beginning, like as soon as Mao Mao got involved in this whole thing, that day when she got kidnapped, I feel like Lolan immediately thought that this is a perfect opportunity, and I think in the next episode, she's probably going to say something regarding Swedish. She's probably going to say like, "Oh, save my sister, take her away somewhere," or something like that. She might say, because technically, if you think about it, nobody actually knows about Sweden's involvement in this. The only person who has like, like, like realized a little bit about what's going on is Jinshi, but he himself has still doesn't have the full picture. He doesn't know who the hell this Suide is, and who, like, like she's like an enigma. She's someone who doesn't really exist in the official records or something like that. So there is a possibility Suide can survive this, uh, and that is probably what she wants Mao Mao to, like, give the responsibility for. She's probably going to say that, like, take my sister somewhere and, like, leave her in some place where she will be able to make her own, like, life, and she will be able to get away from this like, like this royal politics, not political nonsense, and just going to live her life normally. And nobody will try to track her down, because, like, as I said, like, in the official books, Sweden's, like, identity is not really there. Nobody knows that she exists. The only person who has kind of, like, realized something about Suide is Jinshi, and I'm sure Mama can tell Jinshi to just not really, like, do anything about this, and Jinshi will be okay. Because, if you think about it, like, a few moments ago I was saying, like, oh, maybe Jinshi can do something to the for the kids. Yeah, I don't think that's it's that easy because Jinshi, even though he is like he's not really the emperor or anything, and even if it's the emperor, like I don't think the emperor has the power to actually like yeah, he has a lot of power, but emperor or any type of leader who's like in the top has a group of people beside him who are like the high nobles. They are the ones who hold a lot of the political power because they're the one who are like they're the top of the top like nobles. Like in every show we've seen this, like there's like the king and then there's this group of nobles just sitting there who are just like so the king is obviously powerful, but at the end of the day the king is nothing without those guys who are sitting there twiddling their thumbs. And most of the time in most animes they're like the bad people, the high nobles. They're like the bad people. They like give some weird ass advices to the king, and they're like, oh, we should this should happen, this should like. And even if the king doesn't want something to happen, he has to agree to that because they also hold a lot of power. So I'm assuming, like, I don't know how this goes in China, or this this in their culture, or if this is how it goes. But I think it must be something like that. Something must like that must happen because even if the emperor is powerful, he must have people who he cannot really go against, like something like that. So I feel like those people will probably be like, oh no, we shouldn't let the kids stay alive. So Jinshi, neither Jinshi nor the current emperor would be able to do anything, even if they want to spare the kids, because political pressure from everywhere. They won't be able to do anything. So it's probably something like that. And that is why, like Shisui realized that, and Shisui was like, instead of them suffering on their hands, like and just waiting for the day to come and then being executed, it's like very painful. Let me end this here. They would at least be able to die with smiles in their face. They won't suffer. Something like that, I guess. Right. And not only that, like I said, for Suide, I think she will tell Mao Mao to take her and run away somewhere, or keep her alive and like let her go, because she doesn't have proper records in the office, so nobody will be able to track her down, or like the royal the royalty, they won't be able to, they don't even know that she exists. So she might be, there's a possibility she might be able to survive this. So she'll take that. That's why Shisui is probably taking this opportunity and bringing Mao Mao here. And this is probably what she's going to tell Mao Mao in the next episode, that help my sister, because I know I won't be able to survive this, because she is literally like, she's Zolan. Like, she, in no way she getting away from this unless some miracle happens. Like, she will be executed eventually. So same with Shenmei as well, Shisho as well, I'm pretty sure. So she knows that they're done. So that's why she's like, yeah, at least my sister can survive, because she doesn't have any type of official records or something like that. Um. Anyways, so yeah, that's what's going on here. Right. And yeah, so there you go. Now a few other things I need to understand. There were two sections in today's episode that I have to go back and read. For example, where is that part where she's Shisui says about where we get to know that Suide has royal blood as well. Just a minute. Here we go. It seems even the most noble blood is soiled when a drop of filth is introduced. Okay, so wait, is Suide okay? So have you heard the rumor of the late emperor's first victim? Okay, here we go. So the court lady who gave birth to the emperor's daughter, only to be separated from her. Yeah. So this, here comes Taiho. So this is Taiho's whole thing. So Taiho is that person, the one that passed away last year. Okay. Yes, the woman was my sister's grandmother. Okay. So here's the thing. This is what was explained to me in one of the comments, And up until that time, I was under the misconception that Taiho was Suire's mother. But it makes sense because like the ages don't match at all if that's the case, because the late emperor, like and that would mean that that person was a kid back then, you know Taiho. So it doesn't match, the age doesn't match, like like how, like, because yeah. So anyways, it didn't, I didn't understand that part, but it was explained to me in one of the comments, and I realized that, oh yeah, that's true, because the age doesn't, it doesn't calculate, it's not working out. So Taiho is supposed to be Suire's grandmother. So that means Taiho, Taiho's daughter, Taiho's daughter is Suire's mother. So Taiho's daughter is the one who got together with Shisho and who was thrown out. So that's the whole thing. That woman was my sister's grandmother. Her name was Taiho. So that day when she was in front of the grave, that wasn't her mother's grave. That was her grandmother's grave. Because like I said, like before, it was explained to me in the comment. I thought Taiho was Suire's mother. That's what I was thinking. So there you go. That is Taiho's daughter. So that means she's her granddaughter, Taiho's granddaughter. She was my mother's lady in waiting when she was in the palace. There you go. So this is what happened. This Shisho, then there is Shenmei. So Shenmei gets called. No, Shenmei and Shenmei's lady in waiting, which is Suire's mother. So Shenmei gets called by the previous emperor. Shisho, got together with the lady in waiting, had a child, which was Suire, and then Shenmei comes back, and she throws these two out. Not only throws them out, she starts using them for certain things, like like as spies, and doing all these dirty work for her. Then, because as Lolan explains, because she was furious, she wanted revenge. She had a child with Shisho, which was Lolan, her original daughter, her blood related daughter. So then, so this is how the whole thing goes. And yeah, so right, so that's what happened. Okay, it's clear now. Okay, so I knew it. So the Dr. Taiho and her daughter were thrown out of the rare palace. So this is the thing that I also didn't understand, or I probably forgot, but again, it was explained to me in the comment. So this, like the emperor, when the previous emperor had the like had a daughter with Taiho, they made sure to like cover that up, and they were like, oh no, this is Taiho and this other doctor's daughter, and then threw them out. So officially, you know Suide is not supposed to be connected by blood to royalty. However, originally, in reality, she is, because that was a whole ass lie about the doctor and Taiho having a child. That was a lie. They were framed, obviously. So yeah, the daughter is my sister's mother. Yeah. Okay, so right, wait a minute. Yeah, the doctor Taiho and her daughter. So obviously that daughter is not the daughter of the doctor and Taiho. The daughter is the daughter of Taiho and the previous emperor, and that means she has royal blood in her. And then we have this daughter, and Shisho, their daughter, which is Suire. So okay, just a minute. Let me think. Uh, so why did her mother say, Shenmei say that even if it's royal blood, once it's soiled, so who was she commenting about? She was commenting about Taiho? She was saying that Taiho was the one who soiled. Is that what she's saying? Or is she talking about? Yeah, I think so, right? Yeah, because previous emperor and Taiho, their daughter gets together with Shisho, and then they have the daughter, which is Suire. So that's why Shenmei say, oh, even if you are royal blood, it's soiled. Once it's soiled, or something like that, she said. So the person that soiled the royal blood, is she saying that Taiho soiled the royal blood, or is she? That's the part I don't understand. Anyways, um, I think so. Like either Taiho or I'm guessing Taiho's daughter. Either of them, she's talking about soiling the royal blood. That's what. Okay, Suide has imperial blood in her. Yeah, there you go. Um, okay, let me read this part as well. I heard she loved ghost stories. I almost suffocated because of that once. So we remember that episode. Perhaps that was the grandmother. Excuse me, grandmother's doing. So she's saying that that's Taiho's doing, right? Because Suide's mother is dead. Taiho, however, we still haven't gotten any kind of like explanation where they said that, oh, Taiho is also dead, right? Because like it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, wait. Who? No, that was Taiho's grave, right? Yeah, yeah. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm mixing it up again. Good God, this show is crazy with the whole family tree. Is just absolutely insane. The hell? What the hell, man? Oh my God. Okay, wait a minute. Taiho. That was Taiho's grave, right? So she's saying perhaps that was my grandmother's doing, and Mama says like, oh, obviously ghosts don't exist. Like, what are you talking about? And she then kind of laughs at that. I think so, right? That's what she says. Wait a minute. Perhaps that was my grandmother's doing. I am my mother's daughter after all. I'm sure she hated me quite a bit. Enough to want me to kill me as a ghost. And Mama's like, who knows if ghosts even exist? And then she smiles. She's like, oh, typical Mama. Okay, so obviously that was someone, and that the question is, who was that? Like exactly like Mama, I also don't think that was a ghost. That was definitely a human being who tried to suffocate them. So my question is, who is that? At first I thought it was Taiho, but then I remembered that we have Taiho's grave. That was Taiho's grave, right? In front of where Shisui, no, not Shisui, Suide was standing. Yeah, it was written on the gravestone, Taiho, right? So if that is Taiho's grave, and that means Taiho is dead, was that Suide's mother who did that? But didn't Suide also say, like, didn't they also say that Suide's mother also died? Then who was that person who tried to suffocate them? Like, I have no idea, because obviously that definitely is a human being. It's just that we don't know who it is for now, at least, or maybe we know. I'm not just understanding it. It's not clocking in my head. Um, I don't know. Anyways, okay, my mother married my father to give birth. Oh, okay, so this part. I talked about this part. Obviously, as she said, that this is just a revenge, and how her mother has gone so far gone that even if, like, she cannot even recognize her. For her, Lolan is just a doll and, like, just a showpiece for her, like a tool for revenge or whatever. And that is why when Lolan was wearing, like, servant clothes, she couldn't even recognize her, because to her that's not Lolan, because Lolan should be all like with no, with makeup and everything, all that stuff. So yeah, like all of these things we are seeing, and like obviously what Shenmei is doing is wrong. That is true. But you know what? I cannot really. If this was some other character in some other show, I would be very critical, and I would definitely be like, oh my god, this person is horrible. This absolute trash human being. But I cannot say that here, because I know majority of this is because of the freaking emperor, the previous emperor, and like because she was like, I doubt she would have gone crazy like this if that didn't happen. Again, I'm just saying, like, I'm just thinking that, yeah, like it definitely, maybe she probably would have gone, but that was like the start of everything, right? Like her being taken by the previous emperor, and then literally returning her after she grew old, that whole thing. So that was what made her go crazy. I'm pretty sure about that because, like at such a young age, yeah, and then she just got brought back, and she literally sees her previous husband, supposed to be her husband, is like with someone else, and like that just, and he has literally has a family. So that probably made her even more crazy, and she just completely just like lost all semblance of sanity from that point onwards. So I cannot even say anything, like really, because so many times in today's episode where she was mistreating Suide, and like not only that, like when she like hit Mama and she was going to hit the kid, she was saying like, oh, take them to a torture chamber, this and that, all that stuff when that was going on. There was so many times when I was like, oh my god, this person is horrible. But then automatically I was getting reminded that yeah, even if this person is horrible, the person behind all of this, the main person at fault is the previous emperor. Like he is the one who, like like because of him, like all of these things happen, and like Chenmei is like this currently. At least that's what I think. I don't know, it wasn't really said, but I can assume that I'm assuming that's why she went crazy like this. Otherwise, can you imagine, cannot recognize, just using your daughter like that and everything. Like yeah, I'm not saying that Shenmei is not at fault. All the things she's doing is definitely wrong, but at the same time, I cannot even like say anything in that much about Shenmei, because I know, like the main reason for all of this is someone completely else. Like she if she lived a normal life, if Shenmei lived a normal life, had a normal family, had a normal, like grew up normally, I doubt she would have become like this. She probably would be just a normal person. So that's the thing. So that's why I cannot really say anything about Shenmei, because it's just that yeah, she's wrong. Definitely, what she's doing is definitely wrong. Like she's like ruining other people's life. That is definitely wrong. And I've said this multiple times in other videos as well, that like having trauma yourself doesn't give you the free pass to do that same thing to other people. But in this case, it's not even trauma. It's, I feel like she's just lost her mind. So for someone who's mentally, like not there, who has completely lost everything, like normal, like, and just completely gone crazy, that doesn't really work, because like she's just going to do stuff like this because she's, yeah. So like what I say in most situations about trauma, where like I said, like having trauma doesn't let you give you the right to inflict the same thing to other people. You cannot really apply that here, because she's not even in sound mind. At least that's what I think. you know so yeah, this is a completely different type of case. So right. Anyways, so that's what's going on here. Like I said, I feel like now she's going to tell Mama to say take Suire and just go somewhere else, and let her live a normal life somewhere, because Suire's name isn't really officially there. So they can somehow, like fake her whole existence, and she would be able to live a normal life. Unlike everyone else over here who's connected to these people, they are in official records. So they won't be, they won't be able to get away from this. That's why she used the poison to poison the kids, so that they could at least, like die peacefully, instead of just getting executed or something in the future. Right. So yeah, that was the whole like later half section. The first half I didn't really talk about that much, because not much stuff happened. Like yeah, stuff happened, but the later half was very heavy with a lot of things. So let me just briefly talk about the first half. The first half was basically us seeing like Shenmei, and Shenmei just hitting like Suide, telling the kid that the kids are going to get punished and everything, and Mamo standing up for them and taking the blame. So and I, it's, I guess you could say it was smart of Lolan to be like, oh, take her to the Taiwan. I think that was it called, right? Taiwan, which was obviously these snakes, these centipedes, these poisonous things. Now if it was uh Suide, I doubt Lolan would have said that, because she knows her sister is afraid of snakes, because she herself has been subjected to all of these stuff. So she would doubt. I doubt she would have said that. She probably would have tried something else to, divert Shenmei's anger to somewhere else. But she knew that Mama was completely fine with snakes, poisonous things, whatever. She was completely okay with it. So that's why she was like, oh, let's, yeah. And, like Mama later realized also, this is why Lolan recommended this, because she knows I'm completely fine with it, because Mama literally poisons herself to do experiments. So, she's completely fine with it. Right. Oh, another thing. Okay, so that was the section that I wanted to talk about, the first part. Okay, another thing I want to talk about. I need to read this part as well. What was that about? About like Lolan having like abortion medicine. What was that part about? Just a minute. Okay, okay, let me read from here. Um, okay, you know what? Let me read this part. My mother married my father to give birth to Lolan. Okay, that part, like I talked about that as a tool or whatever for her revenge. Okay, so this part. Father has Western blood as part of his lineage. The same lineage as the mother royal. Oh, there you go. Um, that is why Lolan's site is also right. So you can be the new mother royal. Mother always is. Oh, one thing I kind of made a mistake before while reacting. I said that, oh, it's like, color blindness is rare in females. No, that was my mistake. I kind of mixed it up. Color blindness is rare in males. I mixed that up completely. Yeah, so that was my fault. I think, right? Uh, Color blindness is rare in males, right? Or wait a minute. Wait. I literally read this in one of the previous videos. I searched the internet as well and I talked about it. I forgot completely. No, it's rare in women than male. Oh, okay. So I was correct. Okay, never mind. I was correct when I was reacting. Alright, yeah, because okay, yeah, because XX chromosome, like it's two of them to counteract it. Yeah, and while XY, so like yeah, that makes sense. Right. I kind of mixed it up. Yeah, scratch that. I was correct. What I was when I was reacting to it. So yeah. So Shisho has Western blood in him. So now in a very very rare case, Lolan has color blindness as well, just like Mother Royal. So that's why her mother used to say, "You can be the new Mother Royal." Mother always used to say, right. So okay, now here's where this goes. So this part, I need to read this part. Lolan Shisui, Mama was thinking. I don't know. No, not this part. She then calls her Shisui, and she's like, "What?" Okay. So here we go. This part. When the abortion medicine was circulating in the rare palace, did you have some too to use on yourself? So when you told the ghost story of the cricket wife eating her husband, cricket wife eating, okay, were you talking about yourself? Comparing yourself to an insect to give birth in the cage that is a rare palace to later devour the empire. But here's the thing. So, okay, I see it. It's making sense now. So, if you remember, so they kind of mentioned it before that the current emperor doesn't go to Lolan because she's a child, literally, and that's why he always goes to the other two, like like Gyokyo and what was her name? God damn it! It's been a while since we met them, so I've Lihua, right? Yeah, Gyokyo and Lihua. He only used to go to those two, and I don't think the current emperor goes to Lishu as well, right? Lishu and yeah, Lishu and what's her name? Lola. So Shenmei's plan was to use like Lolan to, as we saw, like like as Mama was saying here, to give birth to a child and devour the current emperor. But that plan wasn't successful because the current emperor is not like the previous emperor. He doesn't even go to these two children. He only goes to the other two. So that is why that plan never really worked out. And so Lolan already I had the medicine, but she was never able to use it because stuff never happened, because the emperor didn't even doesn't even come to her because of that. Like, even if he comes to her, probably just to talk, and that's it. So that's what happened. I'm assuming that is why, like, the medicine that she had, that she was planning on using, never really got used because the emperor is not really like that. The current emperor. So, but Shishu didn't want that to happen. The lantern plant is, so yeah, she knew about, like, when in the previous video, then she was like, when Mama was like, oh, this is like poison, like, and she was like, yeah, I know, and she knows that was like one of the, okay, like I said, this is how I understand this part. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe there's something that I'm still not understanding, or maybe it's going over my head. But that was the reason of this whole scene. Right. Okay, there you go. So yeah, that's it. So these were the things that I had to like rewatch that part a little bit, because yeah. So there you go. I understand most of the stuff here now. Right. And there you go. I'm not going to do the scene by scene discussion today because I feel like, I talked about most of the stuff, and like the video is going to get too damn long otherwise. So I'm just going to keep talking about this episode normally, and then I'm going to stop the reaction. So I think I talked about most of the stuff at the end, the ending section. The opening section, like I said, the main few things that we had was obviously Mao Mao, like, being very excited to just make this medicine, and like, she was like reading books and everything. Lolan came to try to cheer her up, and then she realized that Mao Mao was having the time of her life, so she was like kind of laughing, if you remember that part. um and okay, so another thing that is, as Mamo said, whoever this previous apothecary was actually did a really good job, because he was able to make something that was able to bring Suire back to life. Now, here's the thing, how is that possible? Like, now, I think at least that, that they're saying that Suire died and came back to life. I don't think that's what happened. I think like maybe Sweetie thought that she died, but it was like a brief, like a, I don't know, like a brief section where she, like she was lifeless, but it wasn't death. Like, and because of that medicine, she was able to come back to life. So she didn't die. Like, she was like in the, I don't know, like in the border or something, so like a near lifeless state maybe, and the medicine was able to bring her back, like drag her back, because in no way is it possible that a medicine is bringing back a person who's dead. Like, in no way is that possible. Like, Mama literally says that today in this episode. She's like, how is, like, in no way is it possible for that to happen. Like, if you're dead, you ain't coming back. So I feel like at least there's something like really that we still don't know about Sweet's situation, that maybe we'll get to know later, that, oh, maybe she wasn't like dead, she was like almost dying, and then the medicine was able to help her bring her back, that kind of thing maybe. um so yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let's wait. I don't know, I feel like there's still something that we don't know about this whole resurrection portion, because how the hell is someone able to come back to life? In no way is that possible. um so that's that. Now, other than that, we have Mama saying that, she was trying to make something, but she was like, what Shenmei wants is also rejuvenation, like, lowering her age, becoming young, something like that. So, like, yeah, if she's not able to show results, then we know like what's going to happen. So yeah, that was that section, and then obviously the next part is where the kid come and tries to help her out, but she's just uh yeah, like he gets caught, and then Shenmei also comes in. And Suide was trying to like be like, oh, like let her let them go because you know what's going to happen if Shenmei comes. And the guard was like, yeah, you're right. And then immediately Shenmei just comes, and she's like, oh, what's going on over here? And yeah, that's where everything goes wrong. Like Suide gets hit. The kid was being threatened, and Mama gets pissed off, and Mama calls her hag, and then she gets hit, and then she was thrown to the. At first they were like, oh, water torture and all that, but Lola knew what was required. She was like, mother, like, how about the other thing that we used? And obviously, Shenmei doesn't know that Mom was completely okay with poison and all that. So she was like, oh, okay, that'll be quite good. So yeah, that's how Mama bust case. She was like, oh, it's perfect. Snakes and centipedes, that's what I used to eat at lunch. And then she just cooks them and starts eating them. So yeah, there you go. That is why Lolan recommended that, because she know Mama would be okay. Right. Yeah, and there you go. And so that was the first part. And then I talked about the next half of today's video, like literally like all the stuff, all the you know information, extra information that we got today, all those things we got to know, Lolan's situation, and like, yeah, all that stuff, and what Lolan did in the end to for the kids. She poisoned them so that they won't have to go. Yeah, so you know what, in the very beginning, when the when I was when the my reaction ended, that section, I was saying, oh, couldn't like they do something else to spare the children? Yeah, after that whole discussion, I've come to the conclusion that no, like what Lolan did was actually correct, or obviously not correct like that, but like she did like the best option that she could take, because I later realized that it doesn't matter if it's children. The fact that they're connected with the people here in itself would be like the reason for the higher ups to be like, oh, when they grow old, they might have rebellious tendencies because we took out their like their like parents, so execute them as well. So it would probably go somewhere how like this. The only exceptional people here were people who has no connection to any people here. For example, the laborers. That's why Lolan helped the laborers to run away, because she knew that they will be able to survive even if they gets away from here. The children won't. Even if they make the children go away from here somehow, hide them or something, there's a possibility they'll get find out eventually and they'll get executed. But the other people, the guards, the laborers, they're in no way connected to anyone here, so yeah, they can run away, it's fine for them. So Lolan helped them. The people that she knows that can survive, she helped them. And the people that she realized that won't be able to survive any way possible after this, and those majority of them were children, she poisoned them so that they don't have to suffer later on when they're executed. They can just and die with a smile over here together, with her. And for Suide, like I said, that part still hasn't come, but I think that is why she brought Mao here. She's now in the next episode, she'll probably tell Mao that take Suide somewhere and let her have a different life, because she doesn't have any official records. She will be able to survive just like the guards and the other people. Something like that she might actually tell Mao. And as for herself, I don't know what she's going to do. It can go two ways. She might consume poison herself and take her own life, or she might stay with her mother up until the very end and actually get executed. I feel like it will be the later. She will stay with her mother up until the very end, and something like that. Let's see. Anyways, so yeah, there you go. That was what happened today. Right. So this is actually getting very serious now. Like, I wasn't expecting it to go this serious, like with the whole thing. But that was a whole ass surprise at the end. I wasn't expecting that. Anyways, yeah, let's just see. So that was it. That was my reaction to episode number 21 of Apothecary Diaries season 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.